What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another late night in the Brew Lab with me, Lone Fox, your brewmaster in chief. And tonight, in the Brew Lab, I am coming at you with, as voted on by you guys, the jankiest of jankies, Vesuvan Duplimancy Sheoldred deck. And if you haven't guessed already, it's a Dimir colored deck. And without further ado, let's jump into tonight's brew. Vesuvan Apocalypse. I've been working on this one for far too long. I've just been dying for it to be a thing that can actually work. But I keep running into some issues with it. I think if it was ever going to be a deck that is in any way, shape, or form competitive, then this is about as good as it's gonna get. I've honestly spent hours and hours adjusting figures, changing cards, putting in one more of this, one less of that, and I think this is as good as it'll ever get. So, what we're trying to do here is make an army of Sheoldreds, as many of them as possible on the battlefield, and win that way, right? I mean, if you've got 3-4 Sheoldreds in play, how can you possibly lose? And you ask, but it's legendary. How are we supposed to do that? Well, that's where the Vesuvan Duplimancy comes into play. Whenever you cast a spell that targets only a single artifact or creature you control, you create a token that's a copy of an artifact or creature, except it's not legendary. So you get around the legendary rule, and we've got a few of these save spells that are going to be cast onto Sheoldred when she is being targeted with removal, so that we can make additional copies. Our save spells are Slip Out the Back and Undying Malice. Slip Out the Back you've seen before, it phases the creature out, it also puts a +1/+1 counter on it, which is quite nice, and Undying Malice is the next best thing. If the thing dies, if it's not getting hit with exile removal, then not only will you get the trigger off of the Duplimancy, because you're targeting the Sheoldred, but it'll also come back into play with an additional +1/+1 counter on it. So pretty cool. What else? Well, of course, Ertai Resurrected. This is another legendary creature. 3/2 with flash, and when it enters the battlefield, you can choose one of these two options. Either you can counter a target spell, activate ability, or triggered ability, and its controller draws a card. Or destroy a target creature or planeswalker, its controller draws a card. Now, if you've already got like 2 or 3 Sheoldreds in play, every time you make them draw a card, that's like 6 damage. So really cool little synergy between these two. And the same effects that we were just talking about with Sheoldred, the Slip Out the Back and Undying Malice, can also make a copy of Ertai, which, when it enters the battlefield, you can either. So let's just say, for example, they're Infernal Grasping your Ertai. You Slip Out the Back and counter the new copy that enters the battlefield can counter the spell that the opponent's casting at you, or you can use that one that's entering the battlefield off of the Duplimancy to destroy something else, and then let the Grasp hit your Ertai, because anyway he'll come straight back with Undying Malice, and you get another ETB trigger, and potentially destroy something else or what have you. So just so many cool little lines with Ertai and Undying Malice and Slip Out the Back, where you're like, on the stack doing all sorts of interesting things. And yeah, the synergy, once you've got a couple of Sheoldreds down and you'll get, you're winning, and the game plan's going off as planned with the Duplimancy, then just playing a land, say go, becomes really, really nice if you're holding a copy of Sheoldred in your hand, or you've got one on the battlefield and you have any sort of targeted thing. I've gone so far as to target my own Ertais or Sheoldreds with my own removal, just to make a copy. It's been really, really fun. So obviously very janky. We'll be playing this in the unranked ladder. I'm on Diamond 2. Been winning a lot today with a fantastic Esper mid-range deck that I snagged off of the MTG Melee website. One of the Japanese guys who came in the top of the Big Japan Open was running this deck, and it's been, I'll probably do a full video on it shortly, so stay tuned for that. But the rest of the deck is just stuff that's going to help us get off our janky combo. You know, removal, counter spells, the kind of stuff that Dimir loves. So we've got some marches here. The blue one's nice as just another way of triggering the Vesuvan Duplimancy, but it can also just be used to, you know, maybe just get a bunch of blockers out of the way and swing in for the kill. There's so many, you know, it's very versatile because it does say only one single creature, so you can't use March where it targets more than one, then you wouldn't get the copy of the thing of yours that you're targeting with it as well. So something to keep in mind. Also, another important thing to mention is the fact that Duplimancy also makes copies of artifacts. So if you've got the Reckoner Bankbuster crewed up and the opponent goes to remove it, you can do the same thing with the Bankbuster, and you get a copy of the Bankbuster, which is great for additional card draw. Then we've got Make Disappear as our counter spell of choice for the early game, and Ertai Scorn alongside, of course, Ertai himself being a counter spell on the body. That makes it a total of 6 counter spells. As far as removal, let's continue. We've got Infernal Grasp, 2 Heroes Downfalls, 3 Meathook Massacres. Again, alongside Ertai, so quite a bit of removal as well. And then we're drawing cards with the Silver Scrutiny and Reckoner Bankbuster. Silver Scrutiny over something like, oh my goodness, what's it called? Memory Deluge. I've actually been preferring in some situations. You top deck this in the late game when you really feel you're screwed and you've got no cards in hand. You can just like draw yourself a whole new hand. Really nice. And that's it as far as the main deck. We've got some interesting choices in the mana base. We're starting off with the Plaza of Heroes, which is great, actually. I'm going to be making a full deck around this thing very soon. You can spend mana to cast legendary spells as though it was mana of any color with this thing. So, you know, your Meathooks, your Ertai, your Sheoldred, you can tap this for any color that you need to cast those legendaries. Then, once that legendary thing is in play, it can also tap for any of the colors from the legendary. So if you just have Ertai in play alone, this can tap for either blue or black, which has been really nice when you have, like, you know, only got a Plaza of Heroes left untapped and a Slip Out the Back or an Undying Malice in hand. It doesn't really matter. As long as you've got Ertai in play, you can cast either or. And then, most importantly, you can pay 3 mana, tap it, sack it, or exile it, and give a legendary creature hexproof and indestructible until end of turn. So just another way of ensuring that our Apocalypse stays on the battlefield. Then we've got a couple of Mech Hangars for our Bankbusters. We've got 1 Waterfront District to draw some cards, potentially, and 3 Dismal Backwaters for some life gain, because, you know, Dimir doesn't have a Pain land. Of course, a full playset of the Shipwreck Marsh, 1 Takenuma, 1 Otawara, and 10 basics. That's the deck, Vesuvan Apocalypse. I hope you like it. I have spent way too much time on it. It's unfortunately not quite ready for any sort of ranked ladder play at this point. But if I have any takeaway for you to leave this video with, is Vesuvan Duplimancy. Interesting card. Needs to be explored much deeper. I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments down below. Ooh. Sure. Yes. Very slow. Oh. Oh. Interesting. Okay. Oh no. You have got to be kidding me with this bullshit, man. Oh my god. Mind blowing. I guess he'll exploit himself. Cool, cool, cool. If we tap the Bankbuster, we get enough mana for the Ertai. Oh, come on. Really? Really? Is that all you had? Counter one of your Gixes and you throw in the towel? Tut, tut, tut. Chase Jordan. Sure. Ziatora. Wow, those are cool sleeves, man. Draw one card. Yay. Back up to 20. Back up Meathook in the hand. It's got enough mana for Gix. Okay. Nice to have that Meathook down. I think hold up some stuff. We need to find a save spell. Starting to think Dissipate might be the better option here. Red and green and potentially black. Come on, give me the Vesuvan Duplimancy. I think we've only drawn lands this entire freaking game. Hold up the hero's downfall. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He could play a Titan or something. Okay, he'll probably go for the Rhino on chapter 3. Okay, that sucks. There goes our poor Sheoldred. Oh. This is ridiculous, man. We just draw on another land. It's enough to drive you insane. It's absolutely ridiculous. Wow, dude. Okay, down to 4. I knew it. Oh my god. Even if we kill it, he brings it back next turn with kicks. On to the next one. Alright, I think I have some adjustments that I would like to make. Dissipate. So hard to make adjustments. It's like already just a janky brew the way it is. But 1 Dissipate. Just in case. Slight little brew labification on the fly, as we often do. Jund, baby. Jund is the way. Right now, it's IMO. It's gonna be. I keep saying this. It's not like a stuck record, but it's gonna be one of the best decks of the year. Like as far as Worlds is concerned, I think a Jund deck will take it. All we need is black. All we draw is blue. Okay. Woo! It just never ends, man. What the hell, mate? Woohoo! Black sauce or dead. unbelievable, the luck that we've been having tonight on this unranked queue. Just like not getting our stuff. Either flooding or bricking. There's not really much I can do about that. Sup number 2. I should switch to my Godzilla lands. Those always bring me more luck. Elf. Interesting. Off you go. Tear asunder. Oh, come on. Every time I'm just starting to have fun, and the thing is starting to do its thing, the opponent quits. Otherwise, we're bricking or we're flooding. I guess that's what happens in the play queue. You occasionally find those good Samaritans that are just there to, like, take in the jank. They want to see the deck do its thing, and they don't concede. Two tapped lands. Fine. Oh, God. Mr. Jin deck. Nice. Very nice. A plethora of counter spells. I need another land, please. And hope he doesn't have a counterspell. Otherwise we're screwed. Still haven't tried Balmor yet. Really cool card. That might just be it already. Yeah. Oof, down to 1. Wait. Whew. This card is very good. Well, it's counterspell or nothing. Whew. It's probably just got another lightning strike in hand. Ghost face. GG. Nah? Oh my goodness. These top decks, this guy, man. You have got to be joking. It's just game. No matter what I do. Anything and we're dead. Whee! Unbelievable! Unbelievable top decks. What a cool deck. I cannot wait to actually test that one out. That bird guy that draws you cards is phenomenal. How are we doing for time? Alright. I'm afraid I kind of painted myself into a corner with this poll. I should be a bit more aware of it, because the decks I had lined up in the poll were not all 100%, and I was hoping that it would end up with the soldiers, and for a second there it was close. But then this deck ended up winning the poll, and it's like, it's not quite ready yet, it's a lot jankier than I initially thought, and then I end up having to play this subpar brew on the channel. We'll just have to try again another time. I think, again, like I said, the main takeaway is Vesuvan Duplimancy. Cool card. Another Izzet player. Really like that Izzet deck from last game. Badrick? How about no? So red shouldn't have anything that can deal with Sheoldred, so I feel safe enough playing her out. Feel the ruin bad against Plaza. Cool card, doesn't see much play. The flashbacks may be a little bit too expensive there. Interesting. Doesn't leave me with enough mana to pay the ward. Okay. Okay. I'll take it. I'll take it. Oh, I'll take whatever I can get after a night like that. Guys. I don't think I can suffer through another match of that brew. I really hope that you learned something. I definitely did. I should be a bit more prepared with my brews when I put up a poll. Also, like I've been saying now, like a stuck record, Vesuvan Duplimancy, cool card. Must look at it further. I have a few ideas already lined up. You should please let me know, as always, in the comments what you would do with this card, because I think its potential is pretty out there. I can already just imagine copying Titans and stuff. So keep your eye on Vesuvan Duplimancy in the coming weeks. As far as the rest of the brew, definitely a jankier one. I'm so pissed off, you know, the typical streamer's curse. In testing, I had a game where I had 6 Sheoldreds on the battlefield, and it was really fun. And then now we got to actual recording, it never quite happened. But we did a few funky shenanigans with Ertai in a few of those games. Yeah, overall, just something fun and janky. Probably should have reserved this for yesterday's episode of Serious Jank. But that is going to be it for tonight's gameplay footage. As always, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I will see you all tomorrow with another fresh brew. And until then, this is Lone Fox from the BrewLab, signing out. Peace, y'all.